So I know we've all been haunted by the idea of school uniforms and whether we wanted them, whether we don't want them, why or why not. Most of the time, the idea of school uniforms is pushed on us by school officials or teachers or even standardized testing like the NJS that I had to take when I was in middle school or high school. I forget what year it was. But they always ask us if we want school uniforms, if we don't want school uniforms, and to explain. Most of the time, all the students just go right to the side of not wanting them because we're all afraid of change. What if I told you guys that instead of being afraid of them, we should actually be excited for them? Today I will talk to you about the issues in schools without school uniforms, what would happen if we switched from not having them to having them and the benefits from it, as well as opposing arguments and the ideal responses. In schools, there's a lot of bullying going on. The bullies like to target the kids based on what they're wearing as well as their shoes and go from there. You know, you can identify the child's class as far as lower, middle, or upper class based on if they have the new Jordans or if they're wearing Walmart shoes versus, you know, the name brands and all that kind of things as far as accessories, even not just the shoes and not just the clothes. Without school uniforms, kids have like the what to wear dilemma in the morning. This would eliminate that completely. That you would only have like 2 or 3 options to wear. You could either, you know, if you're a girl, you can decide, oh, I'm gonna wear a skirt today, not pants, or you still have the option to wear pants. Obviously, this is saying that the school that you go to adapts the policy of having options. If it were my school, I would choose the options, which gives kids more like cushion room and gives them like lets them be more comfortable. It also would let them focus on their academics rather than, like I said, the what to wear dilemma. You know, there's studies that shows that you get more sleep and that goes into your education. So you wake up, you feel refreshed, you feel good, and you're ready to learn. This also has issues in the schools with dress code. There's a lot of students that go to school in the summertime and the springtime as well. Not the summertime, but when the weather's nice, you like to wear flip-flops and tank tops. And I know that there's a lot of issues in the school. They have a policy that the tank tops need to be 3 fingers, not 2, not 1, because of spaghetti straps and also open-toed shoes. The policy a lot of kids go against the policy, whereas they get in trouble for the tank tops, they get in trouble for the flip-flops because it goes against dress code. With school uniforms, this would eliminate the fact that the schools are just throwing out or handing out detentions and handing out suspensions for students who wouldn't normally receive them just because they're wearing the wrong clothing. So with the benefits that we've learned from how we can change it, or how we would change from not having school uniforms to them, would help. Students with now having the school uniforms would create a sense of equality among each other. Not saying that you couldn't leave room for like cushion room as far as expressing yourself. You could add on scarves or even bedazzle the uniforms if you can. It's an option, but I would like to have the option out there so the students don't feel just like confined to just a color that they don't like or they don't want. They should choose to have like to express themselves through the uniforms. This would also create a sense of security among the students. It's a lot easier to pinpoint an intruder if everyone's wearing the same outfit or the same colors. You know, over the camera system, you can't always catch everything over the camera system, but it's a lot easier to identify like a male this tall in a different color than all the other students. It also would eliminate gang affiliation. I know there's a lot of troubles in the schools as far as someone wearing the colors that we know, like the red and the blue, against each other. If we all wore the same colors and all the same school colors, it would eliminate the unexpected rivalry, which would eliminate the violence and everything going on in schools. So with what we know, as far as, you know, what it would be like without it and what it would be with it, what do you guys feel about school uniforms?
I think we should have them because it creates a sense of unity and equality.
How about you?
I think we should have them because it limits my time in the morning for choices.
That's true. How about you?
I think we should have them because it it would be a lot easier.
That's right. How about you, Dad?
From a parent's point of view, I feel as though they should have them just from a cost savings. You know, instead of having to go out and actually buy the top brands or whatever, we just spend limited money on the uniforms.
I'm against it because I feel like school uniforms promote conformity over individuality.
I'm for it because it saves time and money.
With reasons like those I feel like the pros can outweigh the cons of issues that people have, like the opposing arguments to school uniforms. What I have to bring to the table is the expense. A lot of parents like to say that it's going to be more expensive actually, like the kids already have all these outfits that they wear on their free time, or they go out on Fridays or on the weekends, and now they have to go and buy a whole new set of outfits. I feel that this is not very true. Most parents take their children out to the stores for their back to school shopping regardless. Now, whether you spend that on articles of clothing or even just notebooks and new school materials, that's up to you completely. But buying school uniforms isn't any extra money out of your pocket. It's how you spend it. I work in schools, so I can see also that students have a sense of like self-image, and as well as texture issues have evolved a lot lately. With the texture issues, I was working with a student once who didn't want to wear underwear, and the mother came to me and she asked me like, what should you do? Because obviously you can't send your kid to school without any underwear. As well as like kids that don't wear pants or even shirts. I know a lot of people feel comfortable without these articles, but to go to school you need to wear them. There's a lot of school uniform like companies or even just clothing companies that will work with you as far as like, say you need to have suede pants and the child's texture issue is against suede pants. The inside of the pants do not need to be suede as long as the outside are. This eliminates the factor of the children feeling these issues. Self-image, again, I know like girls especially in this age group, boys as well, tend to go into like a depression and trying to like find themselves, and like it's like a dark area trying to find yourself in middle school and high school, and putting school uniforms on top of that isn't going to help anything. There's a lot of the school uniforms, the same ones with the texture issues, that will work with you as far as your body image, your body shape, what you feel comfortable in wearing. Also, the idea of school uniforms comes from the school board, so kids aren't going to adapt to a policy coming from higher people who aren't even in the school themselves. If they feel that it's a good idea, they're like, oh, the kids just have to do it. Well, they don't have to do it. They can do homeschooling or even drop out, which is not what we want. So in conclusion, I just feel that what's going on in the schools before school uniforms versus what we can do with them, and then all together with the opposing sides, I feel brings together the need and the want of school uniforms. So just remember to dress to success and for impress. Thank you.